So at what point are prosecutors, you think, going to argue that he knew his alleged accomplices were going to commit a crime here?
Well, I mean, as far as with each officer, it's going to be a little different as far as the position that the prosecution is going to take. But I think what the prosecution is going to have to focus on is the crowd screaming that he's not breathing, the crowd seeing what kind of a problem is in front of them, and the officers, they must have known too. Tao, for example, you've got a crowd conversing with him, screaming, telling him, go check the pulse, telling him that this man needs to be rolled over, that he can't breathe. He can hear George Floyd screaming at some points that he can't breathe. The crowd is getting rowdier and rowdier. So you think at that point he's got some kind of notice that something is really, really wrong with the way that this particular arrest is being handled. So maybe I'm assuming that that's what the prosecution is going to focus on, that if the crowd can see that, then an officer like Thao should have known that. And as a senior officer, should have at least interfered or intervened.
But it's not should have known, actually knows.
In this case, knows, because he's hearing it. Basically, he's hearing it. Maybe he doesn't know that he has no pulse, but at the least, he knows the crowd is telling him the man is not breathing anymore. And I don't know if he could overhear some of the other officers saying that there's no Kueng. I think at some point says that there's no pulse. I'm not sure if he overheard that, but he's getting notice at this point. The entire crowd is telling him that he knows something is wrong and is doing nothing about it.
Okay. So Lara, we're talking about a state of mind here, right? What do you think is it intellectually honest to say that the two rookies there are like, okay, Chauvin's committed a crime, let's see if we can help him? Or is it two rookies who are there who are like, this guy's, was my training officer, he's there for 20 years, I guess I got to go along with the way he's handling the situation because he told us the medics are on the way and we just are what is really happening here? Because I'm always interested in the actual truth of the state of mind. Are these guys really aiding and abetting and thinking that, okay, let's commit this crime together. Let's make sure Chauvin can kill this man. Let's make sure Chauvin can assault this man. That's why we're here?
I mean, obviously it's going to be a harder sell with the two rookies. The two rookies, especially Lane, he even suggests to a superior, a higher ranking officer, Chauvin at the time, hey, shouldn't we roll him over? I'm suspecting excited delirium. This is something he's learned in his training, right? And he's bringing it to the attention of a training officer, someone who's a higher ranking officer who's got 19, 20, whatever, 15, 16, 19 years over him. He's only been on the job for 4 days. 4 days is nothing. He's a baby in the field. So of course the argument by the defense is going to be, no, he's not trying to kill this man. He's just listening to an officer who he believes knows a lot more than he does, has the experiences, telling him, hey, listen, the ambulance is on the way. So he's just, okay, he tries it and he stops thinking that's what he's supposed to do. What is he supposed to do otherwise? They're a team. There's 4 guys here together, right? And what we would need to know, what are the policies? What do you do if you disagree with a higher ranking officer? Was there anything he could have done? Should he have come back and said, hey, he's dying, we need to roll him over? Should he have said it 4 times, 5 times, 10 times? Where do you draw the line? So it's going to be an interesting one to watch. And I see him on the witness stand.